Okay, class, this is a video on how to write the equation of a parabola given this information, the vertex and the point on the parabola. So we are going to use the vertex form of the function that we studied in class. That is, y is equal to a times x minus h squared plus k, where h and k are the vertex. So we've been given the vertex. So the first thing we are going to do is plug in the vertex. In this case, it's the point x equal 2 and y equal negative 3. So we're just going to plug that right into our formula for the vertex form, and it will look like this. Now we still don't know a. How are we going to find a? Well, we did get one additional piece of information, and that was the point x equals 6, y equal 9. Now what this means is that if I took a graphing calculator and graphed the function that I'm going to get, it would have a point on it at 6, 9. That means I can plug x equals 6 and y equal 9 right into the partial vertex form equation that I have. So I know that when y is equal to 9, x is equal to 6, so I'm going to plug those both in, and now I'm left with one unknown, and that would be a. And I'm going to solve for a. Alright, so 6 minus 2 squared, that would be 4 squared. So that would end up being 16. So I have 9 is equal to 16a minus 3. I'm going to add 3 to both sides. Now I have 12 is equal to 16a. I'm going to divide both sides by 12, and I get a is equal to 12 over 16. But I need to reduce that particular fraction. So I'm going to reduce that to 3 over 4. That gives me my a value of 3 over 4. And so the last thing I'm going to do is write my full equation with the proper a value and the vertex that I was given. So this would be my final answer. Now, if I wanted to do this again, and I do want to do another example for you, I'm going to follow the exact same steps. So I'm going to, this time, write the equation for a parabola or a quadratic that has a vertex at -1, -5, and contains the point 3, -1. In other words, when I get my final equation, if I put that in my graphing calculator and looked at the table, at x equal 3, y would equal -1. That point is on my curve. Alright, so my first step was to plug in the vertex I was given. So I do that here. Next, I'm going to plug in my point, because I know that when x is equal to 3, y is equal to -1. Since that's a given, I can use that to solve for a. Now I just have one unknown quantity. It's a. So I'm going to combine 3 plus 1, square it. I end up with 4 squared. That would be 16a minus 5 is equal to -1. I'm going to add 5 to both sides. I get 4 is equal to 16a, and I'm going to divide both sides by 16, and a ends up being 1/4. That's the last piece of information I needed to write my full equation, which is f of x is equal to 1/4 times x plus 1 squared minus 5. That, my friends, is how you write an equation for a parabola given a vertex and a point.